Hey, pure spirits, it's your life coach Diamond. So, today we're going to be talking about jealousy in 15 plus year friendships, the ones you never expected to be fake. We're talking about this topic because it was requested by one of my subscribers. Now, let's get into it. After prayer, research, and thinking of personal experiences between myself and some loved ones, I've put together some major red flags that most people overlook. So think about every time the spotlight was on you. Did your friend show these signs? If so, it's time to cut them off. So the first sign is competition. When you shine, a jealous friend competes in two ways. First, they'll try to outdo you so the attention shifts to them. Second, they try to beat you to what you want before you get it. And here are 3 examples of competitive friendships. So let's say that you get a 2022 Benz. And the whole week they talking down on your car, talking about a Mercedes. Like, yeah, I could never get a Mercedes. I like Maybachs. I like Lambos, things like that, right? The next week they pull up in the 2025 Benz. When you ask them about their previous comments, like, wasn't you just talking down on Mercedes last week when I got my car? They'll be like, oh, I love Benzes, just not the old ones. I like new ones.
She not talking to me like...
Yeah, catch the shade. So if you can relate to something like that, it don't have to be that exact scenario, but things like that would be considered being competitive. Another example is, let's say that everybody who's your friend knows that you've always planned to name your son Dash when you finally have a son. Your friend gets pregnant and keeps the name a secret. When she finally released the pictures on Instagram, you see that she named her baby Dash. Girl, is you cool? Like, and I had to mention this one. Any friend that sleeps with your ex, she literally wants to be you, okay? Either while you're with them or you're still together or slept with your man. Any of that's the heights of competitive jealousy. You get what I'm saying? You're trying to show me that you could get what I have. You get what I'm saying? Like, you don't respect our friendship, none of that. If you do that with someone's wife, husband, ex-girlfriend, ex-boyfriend, you know, it's just weird. And those are signs of jealousy in the competition aspect. This is the second sign. This one is sabotage. So a jealous friend will try to ruin things for you. Relationships, life events, and opportunities. So here are some examples. Let's say you're venting to your friend, talking about your partner, and you're like, oh, he just hung up on me. Instead of solid advice, they'll say something like, girl, I could never. My man knows better than to be hanging up on me. I don't know how you do it. And they do that so that you can second guess your relationship. Okay? Right? Let's say you plan a baby shower and they promise to help with decorations. On the day of the baby shower, they ghost you. And their excuse is something came up. Even if they had no excuse. Why would you ever play with me like that? That's sabotaging. That's a big event in my life, whether it's wedding, baby showers, birthdays, anything where the spotlight is on you and they ghost you, sabotage it by planning things and then not coming through on the day of, not giving you no warning in advance. That's a hater. That's jealousy. Okay? Another example is, let's say that you ask your friend if your foundation matches before your birthday. They say, yeah, it's perfect. But when you see the pictures, you see your face is 3 shades too light. You out here looking casket sharp on your birthday, and your friend told you that it looks perfect. Sabotage, sabotage, sabotage. If you can relate to any of these things in someone doing something similar to you, it don't have to be that exact thing, but similar. You gotta run for the hills, girl. Run, or guy, run for the hills. Because haters move the same in both genders, okay? So the third one is minimizing your accomplishments and or appearance. So they'll downplay your achievements or make shady comparisons. Here are some examples. Let's say you get your degree, and you'll be like, yes, we both got our degrees now. They'll say something like, oh, don't compare your degree to mine. I went to an Ivy League. You went to community college.
Can you believe that?
What? Like, don't do me. Don't do me, girl. Don't do me. Let's get into the next example now. Let's say everyone is complimenting you at an event, right? You go to a gala, and as soon as they're telling you how nice you look, they cut in and they're like, girl, you could at least got your nails done. Broken nails at a gala. Like things like that, to just point out your flaws in the moment of people showing you love. It don't even gotta be at a gala. You could be on the block, okay? Things like that, that's minimizing. Okay, we don't do that. That's jealousy. And let's say, in another example I'm gonna give you, you buy a 4-bedroom, 4-bath townhouse with a pool, tennis court, all of that. Instead of celebrating you, they'll say something like, this is all you can afford, girl, you better get your money back. Or they'll be like, you don't think it's kind of small? Whole time they in an apartment. No shade, but it's just like, or let's say they're in a bigger house, but your house is still nice for you. Like, don't talk down on what I'm getting for myself. Like, don't let nobody make you feel bad about what you have, because it's still amazing. It still works for you. They shouldn't even be trying to minimize your accomplishments like that anyway. That's a very big sign of a hater. Okay? Last but definitely not least, passive aggressive behavior and exclusion. These I feel like go hand in hand because it's low-key the same thing. So these people will ignore you, act distant, and exclude you in group settings. So here's some examples. When you're out in a group, they're gonna single you out but still invite you out. So these are for people who have like a large group of friends that they've had for a long time. If they're like doing a dress code that you didn't know about, jealousy. That's passive aggressive behavior and exclusion. If they are all going out and you see it on Instagram, you didn't know, nobody invited you, passive aggressive behavior and exclusion. You know what I'm saying? Then when you confront them, they're like, oh, I didn't think that you would want to go to that event. It's very upscale. Like saying things like that, or leaving you out of jokes. It's okay to have an insider, but if you got a group of 4 friends and the 3 of them and 4 of them are all having insider jokes that you're not a part of, that's exclusion. And honestly, that would honestly make me feel like they're talking about me, because why don't I know the joke? Why am I not a part of the joke? Okay. Also, these type of people who are passive aggressive and like to do exclusion, they would ignore your calls and texts randomly. And when you confront them, they'll just be like, oh, I didn't even notice I wasn't talking to you today. I've just been busy. Stuff like that. That's passive aggressive, and they're always very hot and cold. And I just want to assure you guys that If you've seen any of these 4 signs that I've spoke about in a long-term friend, it's time to reevaluate that relationship. Like, some people have been secretly jealous for years, waiting for the right moment to sabotage you. You really got to protect your energy, because real friends celebrate you. They don't compete with you. Let me know in the comments if you ever dealt with this or something similar. What was the breaking point for you, cutting off a long-term friendship? Thank you again so much for tuning into my channel. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And thanks again, Pure Spirits. It's me, Diamond, signing out. Ciao.